إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات. عملوا الصالحات finally is good deeds. عملوا الصالحات is good deeds. Act on Islam. This is the second characteristic of the aspects of saving you from being among those that are Allah's. This includes every kind of deed, both the internal actions of the heart, that's included, and the external, by your tongue, your hands, and body parts, that is all included. Any deed is included in this verse, عملوا الصالحات. Whether it may be ordained, whether it may be sunnah, whether it may be a right of Allah, whether it may be a right of human being, all of that is included in عملوا الصالحات. عملوا الصالحات encompasses all deeds, heart actions and body actions. وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. Advise and recommend to one another with truth and patience. وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. These are number 3, number 4 of the 4 fundamental principles. Iman is not like a rock. They find rocks thousands of years old and they find it just like it was. You can have a rock and you put it for centuries to come and it never changes. Iman is not like that. It would be nice if Iman like that, but Iman is not like that. Iman fluctuates. And there are forces behind that fluctuation, behind that change. You have the force of a nafs. إِنَّ النَّفْسَ لَأَمَّارَةٌ بِالسُّوءِ. And you also got, number 2, there are 3 things. شَيَاطِين الْإِنس. And then you got شَيَاطِين الْجِنِّ, which are mentioned in the Quran. These forces are out to get you. Sometimes one of them attacks you. Sometimes 2 attack you. And sometimes you got all 3 on you, attacking you to misguide you. Sometimes they attack you with full force. Sometimes they attack you lightly. So how do you keep all these forces in check? 2 ways. تواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. Advice and recommend in truth and patience. Your Muslim brothers, help you restrain, and your Muslim sisters, help you restrain the evil nafs, the temptation of the shaitan, the temptation of the jinn, and the ins, the evil ins that instigate you to do haram. By how? By the righteous advising you. You need your brothers because when one is alone, he melts. If you have 10 cups and you put 1 ice cube in each one of those 10 cups, then you have 1 cup by itself and you have 10 cubes in that cup. Which one melts faster? When each one is individual, it's going to melt faster. تواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. تواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. Why did Allah say تواصوا instead of أوصوا? Why did Allah say تواصوا instead of أوصوا? The reason for the word تواصوا rather than أوصوا is it was used because advising and recommending the truth and patience is not directed to a certain category of believers. It's for every believer, for every group, for every category. Tawasaw is da'wah. Da'wah is not a monopoly, nor is it exclusive. It's not for a certain category over another. It's not exclusive for some over another. Had it been also, then yeah, it may have been directed to a certain group. But when it's tawasaw, it means it's open for all. It's the duty of all. It's the duty of all what? It's everyone's duty to advise and everyone's duty to accept advice. That's what tawasaw means instead of also. There's no one better than another in this ordeal. There's no sheikh immune from this. There's from getting advice, and there's no students. There's no layman immune from getting advice or giving advice. Students, sheikhs, imam, we're all equal. There's no hierarchy in this matter. Everyone in this we're all together in this matter. Like some countries, for example, they have the agency called the Agency of Propagation, the Virtue, propagation of virtue and the prevention of vice. And some countries, they try to limit ordaining the good in da'wah to that group right there. Had it been also, they would have had proof. But when it's tawasul, no. Every believer must advise his brother, and every brother must accept. We're all in this equal. There's no send button, yet no receive. We all got in this matter a send and a receive button.